Oh, Mr. Letchworth, it's you. And how are you this fine morning?
Mr. Sunnyside, what an absolute delight to see you. Now, don't tell me, is that Armani you're wearing? Or is he Mayaki?
Nah, it's in my trousers.
Well, yes, of course it is. How thunderously stupid of me.
How can I help you, Mr. Letchworth?
Well, I was just driving along here, you know, and I thought, well, now, wouldn't it be just the most delightful thing to pop in and see Mr. Sunnyside, and while I'm there, perhaps ask him if he has any intention of paying me back the money he owes me, or whether he'd rather be shredded by a plough.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Letchworth, I cannot tell a lie. Because I can't think of one at the moment. But don't worry, I shall come up with a plan.
Well, I already have. It's a rather devilish one. Slaughter all your cows and give me the cash.
Yeah. Bit of a cow flow problem at the moment. But fear not, my good brother Kenneth is bang onto it by now.
No, your good brother Kenneth should be banged up by now.
Oh, no. I couldn't do that to my own bro. Hang on. Yes, I could, yeah. He put cows on a bus. I'll get him banged up in a natch.
Yeah, I think you've mentioned getting rid of old Ken before, but you haven't, have you?
Yeah, but this time it's different. I'll get someone to give me a legally binding document saying, I hereby declare that Ken is completely Looney Tunes, signed A Doctor. And with him out of the way, I can sell the farm, move to the city, get a big gaff like yours, full of posh birds and...
Yeah, I do remember all your little pipe dreams, Mr. Sunnyside. You just better hurry up with it.
Couple of weeks, max.
Oh, dear. Lose 5 points for an incorrect interruption. 1 week, max, or it's...
What are you doing?
Waving goodbye to your kneecaps. Oh, can I just point out that I don't, of course, need the money.
Well, no, of course you don't.
But I would still like it nonetheless.
Well, yeah, of course you would. Everybody would.
Don't grovel, Mr. Sunnyside. It doesn't suit you. Well, actually, it does suit you, but I'd still rather you didn't do it.
Let me open the gate for you.
There's no need.
Please, I insist.
There's really no need.
No, stop it! Stop it!
What?
Oh, chocolate horses!
Cooey! Ah, another fine day on Sunnyside Farm. How are you feeling, Raymond?
I failed. I haven't got your money, so if you're going to batter me, get on with it.
Now, I got some very good news for you. Come outside.
Unless it's the bird from Echo Belly with a bag of coke, I shall be staying put. Thank you very much.
Raymond, do get up, or I shall dissect you.
Fair comment, Mr. Letchworth.
Yeah.
But bloody Baccarat! It's me Christing cow! Fantastic! Now I can slaughter them.
And pay off all your debts.
Yep.
Slaughter them? No! Don't do that, Raymond. Let them live and run free in your organic fields.
Okay, how about if we let half of them run free in the organic fields and we slaughter the rest of them?
All or nothing, I'm afraid, Raymond. Cows or knees? What's it to be?
Set them free.
Slaughter.
What are you going to do, Ray?
Right, yeah, I'm pleased to announce that I have worked out a perfect solution to this, apparently intractable problem. And who better to tell you about it than my good brother Ken?
Yeah. Hey?
Raymond! Raymond, I have a little job for you.
Cup of tea, Mr. Letchworth.
Raymond, you're interrupting me?
Yes, but only to be polite, Mr. Letchworth.
How touching. You'll be tugging your forelock next.
No, I lock the bedroom door when I do that.
Dear God, Mrs. Sunnyside, you're already beginning to both disgust me and to bore me, so I'll be brief. As you may or may not know, I intend to restore Todger's Copse.
Oh, I see. You're going to restore it.
Yes, as an industrial park. Unfortunately, though, both Justin and Wendy and a bunch of other anorak-clad wankers don't share my view. Which is why I want you to keep a close watch on the wood for any trespassers so that as soon as they arrive, I can have them evicted.
Well, that's rather difficult, you see. Todger's Copse is one of the most important ecological sites in our area. The whole wood's full of faunas and saunas and...
I see. I'm willing to offer you...
Bloody hell! You're on! After all, be nice to have a park. Somewhere for the kiddies to play.
Excellent. I have bought you. And by the way, the biggest bee in their tawdry bonnets seems to be that there's some sort of tedious bird hurtling towards extinction lodging in the wood, so don't be surprised to find the area flooded with lardy-arse Burks with binoculars. And let's pray to Allah that we don't get Bill Oddie.
Result!
Afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon.
Lucky I caught you. Well, I was wondering if you could tell me what this is.
What? Cowpath?
Oh dear, incorrect. No, this is, in fact, mine. Which poses a bit of a problem, you see, because you're, how shall I put it, here.
But this is a public footpath. I mean, there was a sign.
Oh, I see. Communists. Well, let me make it simple for you. I should imagine you're highly skilled at reading Section 2 of The Guardian, but less so when it comes to not trampling on my crops and generally making a bloody nuisance of yourself.
What the hell gives you the right to talk to us like that? You're an arrogant, pompous shit.
Well, I should certainly hope so, otherwise my parents would have wasted £35,000 on a public school education. Now go on, chew.
Gentlemen, time for you to sod off, I feel. Preservation order. I've done it.
I don't know what to say.
Really? Well, I certainly do.
Oh, Mr. Letchworth, I didn't realise you were there.
Oh, evidently. Now, I should imagine you see yourself as a sort of modern Robin Hood, protecting the ordinary people from the evil landowner, presumably me, the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Can I have a quiet word, Mr. Letchworth?
No. But whereas, you see, Robin Hood was possessed of low cunning, guile, a noble background, and was master of the bow and arrow, your solitary outstanding characteristic is body odour.
Listen to me. This man has stood up for justice. He's been a revelation to me. He's poured his heart and his soul into saving this woodland.
Well, that's interesting, because earlier on he was willing to see it chopped down for 12 quid.
It is true.
Not to worry, though, Ray. I'll still be erecting an industrial park up your arse.
Is this true?
Well, shut up, you big lump. More practical would be to phone Letchworth, borrow one of his tractors. You go and get Wendy. Tell her we're in the direst of straits. And ask her to wear that floaty gingham frock. She knows the one I mean. And maybe a hair... Ah, Mr. Letchworth. Ray Sunnyside here. Hello?
I'm sorry. Raymond, I'm sorry to go on. Yes, sorry.
I wanted to ask you something, you see.
I'm on the mobile.
I didn't know whether to come in the front door or just use the bloody great hole in the wall.
Please, Mr. Letchworth, this is not a laughing matter.
Well, I strongly disagree. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Have you got a camera?
Eh?
Camera, Raymond. Camera. This is one for the album. Give me the camera. Now come and stand by the trumpet.
Oh.
And just try and look distraught. Sorry, a bit of camera shake. Just one.
Look, this could be the end of me. Without a tractor, I'll go bankrupt. And me and Ken will have nowhere to live.
Oh, stop it.
Please, please, please. I know you've got a spare tractor.
No.
But you see,
No.
Please.
Shut it, twatty. I have spoken. The tractor is for emergencies.
Yeah, but you see, this is...
No, this is not an emergency, Raymond. This is a hoot.
Wendy's on her way. Hello, Mr. Letchworth.
I can just over here to extend my deepest sympathies in this your darkest of hours.
Is Wendy worried about me?
Bloody hell's this? Ah, Ken, you're looking at me, which is rather disconcerting, but there we are, never mind.
I want a word with you, man to man.
Oh, do you? Well, would you like a drink first? Vimto, perhaps?
Vimto? Yeah.
Not on the Louis cans. Just tell me what you want, will you?
What do I want? One of them bowler hats with the sharp edges that the man in the film threw at 007.
Well, that might present one or two thorny problems, Ken. Wasn't anything to do with a weasel, was it?
Hey? You meant Ray, didn't you?
Shit.
Don't you be rude about my brother.
No, really, no. What awfully large fists you have, Ken. No, just what was it you wanted? Take your time.
A tractor.
Caramba.
Don't answer it! Ken, stop! Ken! Code red! Override! Ah, Mr. Letchworth, it's you. I'm so pleased to see you. Normally when I say that I'm talking cow tripe, but on this occasion I really am.
Raymond,
Yes?
shut up or I'll set fire to your house. Sorry to resort to the behavior of my ancestors, but I've been robbed. Burglars have violated my house.
Goodness me.
The worst of it was what they took. Little knickknacks, things that were just of sentimental value. They left all of those and took my lovely money. Thousands and thousands of pounds.
Well, isn't that just plain, stinky?
You wouldn't know anything about it, would you?
Oh, I shouldn't have cocoed so at all, Mr. L.
We could lend you some money.
Really?
Yeah, he's been saving up. He's nearly got £1.
Nah, not me piggy bank. I mean, why don't we lend you...
Ken, cut me a caper on the linoleum. River dance. Now, where were we?
I believe I was just about to threaten you.
I don't remember that.
Well, that's because it's meant to be an unpleasant surprise. Let me tell you something, Sunnyside. I'm going to find out who's got my money, and if I find you knew anything about it, I will hurt you. You understand me?
I think I've got all the main
Good.
points.
And another thing. If you ever call me Mr. L again, I will pull out your tongue
Message received and understood.
with pliers. Hello. It's the Keystone Cops.
The Rozzers? Oh, hurt bloody Alpert.
Ah, Mr. Letchworth. Good afternoon. I'm Inspector Dawkins, and this is PC... Sorry about this. Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Inspector Dawkins, and this is PC...
PC Jackson.
Yes, we've come to talk to Mr. Sunnyside.
Oh, good. Well, that's me.
Ah, is there anyone else here?
Only my brother Kenneth, but unfortunately he is dancing.
Get him in.
Heel!
Right, take notes, will you? Interview with Ray Sunnyside.
Sorry, have you got a pen?
There you go.
Nice.
I bought them fair and square. Have me own money. You can't prove any different. Sorry.
Right. As you may know, Mr. Letchworth was robbed last night. My officers pursued a car driven by the suspects and observed them throwing a blue plastic bag out the window. We think someone may have picked it up. Mr. Sunnyside, would you
No?
know anything about this?
Oh, no.
What about you?
Don't answer that, Ken.
Yeah, but I have...
Ken! I'm sorry, Ken, but I couldn't allow the torture to go on. Happy now, Inspector Torquemada? I didn't see any car. I didn't see any thieves. I didn't see any blue plastic bag.
Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't mention anything about a blue plastic bag.
You did.
Eh?
You said my officers pursued a car driven by the suspects and observed them throwing a blue plastic bag out the window.
Did I?
Yep, you did.
Oh, yeah.
So, Betsy, what next? Something about a minky planting a berm, Inspector?
That sort of comment gets us nowhere.
Quite possibly. You're the expert on getting us nowhere, chummy. Look, I hate to show a lack of faith in you, Inspector, but you are, after all, a, what's the word, tit. So why the hell not? That's why I'm offering £5,000 for information leading to the recovery of my money. The weasels around here are bound to grass on whoever's got my cash.
I can assure you, Mr. Letchworth, that we will leave no stone unturned, both myself and PC.
Jackson!
Oh, damn you, PC Jackson! Why must you have such a complicated name?
For God's sake, get on with it, won't you?
Just one last thing before you go, sir.
Yes?
I don't know, that's what that man on the telly says with the Mac and the balmy eyes.
Right, we'll be in touch.
Glad to hear it. Bye-bye. And if I catch sight of that pesky money, I'll be sure to let you know.
Oh, that was great. I like policemen. It was just like Columbo, except we hadn't been caught yet.
Where's a stick I can hit you with? Oh, Chinese backside. It's Letchworth. Listen to me. If you're here, he won't start anything funny. OK? If we stick together, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Doggies. Hello. 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 I fancy a sandwich.
Ken!
Evening, Raymond.
Evening, Mr. Letchworth. I really must be going.
So soon? Surely you got time for a little chat, haven't you? So, what do you think of the new Renault Twingo? Think it offers value for money? What? Speaking of which, where's mine?
I don't know.
Well, I thought I'd try to find that elusive bag, Raymond. But I expect some local yokels made off with it in the deluded belief that I wouldn't find them. But I will, won't I? Oh, they don't seem to like you very much, do they, Raymond? It seems to be the word Raymond, doesn't it?
Yes.
Raymond.
Because now we are celebrating being 5 grand up and nothing can upset my reverie.
Oh, here comes Mr. Letchworth.
Doesn't matter, Ken. It matters not a jot. He can't pin anything on us. Mr. Letchworth, mug of booze?
You drunk, Raymond?
I most certainly am.
Well, this'll sober you up. Rather a bizarre incident this morning. I was burgled again.
Ah, dearie, dearie me.
Yes, my safe, which was completely empty, was stolen from the library. And outside the window there were 2 sets of footprints. One very large and one very small. And there was a long, deep furrow right across the croquet lawn made by the safe as it was dragged towards a tree. Here the plot thickens. At the bottom of the tree there was a large safe-shaped crater covered with scattered feathers, almost as if the thieves had tried to hide the safe up the tree disguised as an owl. A suspicion confirmed by the presence of a small hand-painted sign saying, "Owl."
Twit-to-oo.
Curiouser and curiouser. In addition to stealing an empty safe, the thieves left me a koala bear stuffed with cash.
Blow me away.
And a little note requesting that the reward money be sent to a post office box number in Prest Twatin Statin.
How queer.
All of which led me to think, the brothers Sunnyside.
Us.
Not least because the whole place stank of pig shit. Come on, out with it. I found it, honest. I didn't think you'd believe me.
I found it, honest. I didn't think you'd believe me. Well, that's why I returned it like I did.
I see.
So, Can I still have the reward?
Yes, you can have your reward, Raymond.
Hey?
There we are.
Oh, yes, yes, yes! This don't look like a normal cheque to me.
That's because it's an invoice. For the reward money, less a few deductions.
Hey?
For the broken window, for returfing the croquet lawn, and for the stolen safe which you dropped, didn't you?
Yes.
On my cat.
But this means I owe you 700 quid!
Yes, my dear. Bye-bye.
And these are the figures for your dairy business.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure there are meant to be this many noughts on the end?
Oh, absolutely.
Seem an awful lot of money.
Oh, yes, it is. Now, other matters. I understand from your estate manager that your sheep have been infected with ovine encephalitis.
Oh, good Lord. Cloud on the horizon?
Quite the opposite. It's a godsend. The Ministry of Agriculture has agreed to compensate owners of any affected flocks, and very generously, I might add. And I've done some rough calculations.
Mm-hmm. Do you know, sometimes I think that if I farted, it'd come out in fibres.
Dear, oh dear.
Mr. Sunnyside, what a lovely day. I can hear from the clanking of bottles you've been doing the weekly shop. How the distillers of the Northern Isles must rejoice.
I don't know if you've noticed, but it's rather wet.
Not in here, it's not. Unless, of course, you were hinting at something, maybe?
I was wondering if you could give me a lift.
Oh, I see. Well, no, of course not.
Understood.
But don't be too downcast, Mr. Sunnyside. There is one piece of good news to warm your heart as you wend your weary way home.
Yeah?
Yes, all my sheep have got ovine encephalitis, and the government's going to pay me stacks of compensation.
Well, that's nice.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Bye-bye.
We're going to smear her coat with a musty scent of a fox on heath. Then we're going to lure her into the woods.
Yeah?
And shoot her.
Oh, fan-twatting-tastic. Excuse me? What the hell do you think you're doing? Excuse me?
Oh, Wendy. I'm sorry, I didn't notice you. You're so insubstantial.
How the hell did you get into my house?
Well, yes, I wangled my way into your pink palace of tat by telling Kelly the cleaner that I was the man from Del Monte.
Kelly!
Hello, Mrs. Wendy. The man from Del Monte's here.
Yes, I came as soon as I heard about this business of Conchita conning poor old Ken into marrying her.
Oh, I see.
Terrific news, isn't it?
What?
Finally getting rid of that hideous Bolivian and her and that unbearable guitar.
Yeah, I know, but couldn't you just sack her?
Unfortunately not. If I sack one more lackey for no reason on God's earth, the authorities will imprison me, and that would be awful, now wouldn't it?
Oh, you bastard.
Language, Miss Flimsy. So, Raymond, if you make any attempt to stop this marriage going ahead, I will turn you into a tiny, tiny cube.
Message received and understood.
Smashing. Well, I'm awfully sorry I can't stay any longer, but your home furnishings are about to make me puke. Ciao.
Bloody cheek, it's IKEA.
Exactly.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I'm stuck with that living gargoyle and the incredible Captain Sex for the rest of my life. Right, my little bloodsucker. You know where you are now, darling? Hartlepool. Roy, where's Hartlepool? I'll tell you where it is. 262.5 miles away. It's going to take me 5 hours to get home. I'm afraid it's going to take you a little longer. Especially with a Grundig 261 attached to your leg. No teletext, I'm afraid. Right. I'm going to lock you up and throw away the key. And so a final farewell, my darling. Mr. Letchworth.
Morning, Raymond.
God, I bet we'll be laughing about this years to come. Back in a few hours. Chocolate biscuit, Mr. Letchworth. That shortcut we took certainly paid off, eh? So, if you'd like to get out, I really must be going. Oh, yeah, there's a grunding attached to your leg, isn't there? So, you know, better be off then. Ow. Home safe and sound, eh?
10.
I'm really sorry about what...
9.
I must say, it's been very good of you to be so understanding, and once again, I must say how very sorry I am.
7.
6.
5. 4. 1.
Shot, Mr. Letchworth. Yeah, I'm all right.
Listen, Raymond. I know we don't always see eye to eye, and we've had one or two hairy moments, but I just want to say that if you ever find this Conchita business gets a little too much for you and you need a bit of peace and quiet, please don't hesitate to hang yourself.
You leave him alone.